Hey everybody. Good afternoon. It's 2 p.m. It's like day 83 in quarantine. Nah. But today is Thursday. Today's Thursday, April 9th. Yes, April 9th. It's a little cloudy outside, but it's not raining, so that's cool. Excuse me. I'm probably gonna cut that out of the video. But yeah, today is Thursday. I had a really good start to the day. I'm trying to keep that energy. It's in my face. I hope y'all like it. I'll put any details y'all want. I know I'm gonna get questions about the lip. I know I'm gonna get questions about the shirt, so I will put those two at least. Anything other than that, then you just let me know what you want to know. So yeah, I wanted to tell y'all 10 things that are keeping me sane during quarantine, and hopefully maybe y'all could incorporate some things that you haven't tried to keep you sane during quarantine. So yeah, because this is just an opportunity, right? Like, it's a lot of open space, energy, time, so take advantage. So I divided my 10 things into 2 lists. The first tangible things that are keeping me sane during quarantine are pens. My pens. Different colored pens. I have this little like pocket thing that goes like around books and has more pens. These are like glitter pens. This is like a little whiteout thing, so like stationery, right? Yeah, pens are keeping me sane, like writing in different colors depending on how I feel, even if I don't know that they're associated, it's just like adding color to my life, and that's keeping me sane. I'd be switching out pens, every couple words I'd be accenting things on my paper with different colored pens. And yeah, that's keeping me sane, in all honesty. Simple, right? Yeah, next thing on my list, books, any kind of book. I'm gonna show you a few books that I have because I'm rarely in one book at a time, and that's okay. That is okay. I guess as long as you finish them, right? But these are 2 like reading books. These are 3 reading books that I'm like drawn towards lately. So one book is this one. It's by Bell Hooks, and it's called Ain't I a Woman? And it's a woman. It's a book on Black women and feminism, and just kind of the different aspects of identity that Black women have to deal with and that are tired from. But yeah, it's pretty good. Like, I haven't finished it, but it's deep. It's pretty deep. I believe women should read this, every woman, and I believe Black men should read this. Everyone, every man, every woman, but in terms of importance, like priority, every woman should read this book. And then every Black man should read this book as well, because Black men seem to be clueless as far as I'm concerned, as far as my experiences. But yeah, it's good stuff. Another book that's been keeping me sane during quarantine is this book. It's called Your Life is Your Prayer. And it just kind of goes through all the different things that we deal with, simple things that we make difficult that don't have to be, and it's a very light way of looking at things. And when I say light, I don't mean positive, because not everything is positive, you know, all the time. But light as far as like simple, like, wow, I was carrying a lot when I really don't have to. And this is kind of what this book is doing for me. Right now the chapter I'm on is your music, books, movies, and art are prayers. Facts. The last book that I haven't really gotten started on, but I have it just because it's The Art of Seduction. This is the concise art of seduction. So there's The Art of Seduction, that's that thick big book, but this is like a more condensed version. And yeah, I haven't started reading it, but Robert Greene is supposed to be a really good author. He wrote like the Human Laws of Nature or something like that, and the Power and Art of Seduction, obviously. But yeah, I haven't started it, but eventually I'll get to this soon. And those are the like reading books that have been keeping me sane. Another book that has been keeping me sane during quarantine is this book, and it is one of those guided journal books, and it's called 52 Lists for Calm: Journaling, Inspiration for Soothing Anxiety and Creating a Peaceful Life. My friend gave this to me, my coworker, dear friend, gave it to me. And I never used it. She gave it to me a while ago. I never used it. But the other day, again, like I said, I was bored, anxious, you know, didn't know what to do with myself. And it was here. And it's pretty. It's gold, like, you know, so it's like appealing. And I love that. So I grabbed it and I was just like, you know, what the hell? Like, what else? I grabbed it, I opened up to a page, and the page, of course, resonated with me, and I did the list for that day, and it just fit. So the list for that day, when I was needing something to, like, you know, distract me or just like have my attention, the list was list your happy distractions. And so, like, perfect, like, that's perfect. So I just listed all my happy distractions, and like, it made me feel not so trapped, or it made me feel not so bored, because it's like I have all these things on this list right here, but I'm so in my head that I can't even, you know what I mean? So this book is really cool. I like it. Thank you, Arlene. I have another kind of guided journal, again with the gold. Love gold, who doesn't? But this is a gratitude journal. I got this from Michael's, and yeah, it's just pretty paper with places to write what you're grateful for. And I don't use this every day, but sometimes I need it. Like, sometimes I'm in a bad mood and I just need to like get a grip. So I'll pull this book out and write what I'm grateful for. So the prompts are, I am grateful for, and then it's list 3 things. And then it has a space that says daily affirmations. I am, and then you write whatever day. So yeah, those books have been keeping me sane. Thank God. The next on my tangible list of things that are keeping me sane are divinity tools. So I have a couple to show you. First thing is candles. Candles have been keeping me sane. I feel like when I don't have candles lit in my room is not alive. I feel like the fire is what kind of like lights everything up. It ignites. So yeah, candles are keeping me sane. Divinity tools such as crystals. I'm not huge on crystals, but if I'm present enough, like, I feel them. So I'll use them. Like, I have this wand, and this is Tiger's Eye, and it's a crystal. It's a healing wand, and you know, everything with this like 5G stuff, I feel like I'm feeling the effects of it sometimes. But I like get little headaches, and so I'll use this healing crystal to kind of like pull the headache out. And I don't know, maybe it's just in my head, but everything is mental, you know what I mean? And it's just about where you put your intention. So I feel like this helps. Yeah, crystals are working for me. Also cards, oracle cards and tarot cards. So I'm working on my tarot, but the tarot cards that I'm kind of obsessed with right now are the AfroGoddess tarot, and this is their limited edition deck. And these cards are just so beautiful, and they feel nice, and they're for the culture, you know. This is the backing of them. Like, how pretty is this? And they're like a nice size, and then they're like gilded on the edges, and they shuffle so nice. These cards are beautiful. If you want her link, I will tag you, or I'll put her Instagram, whatever y'all need me to do, I got y'all. But yeah, so the next oracle, okay, so the first deck that I showed you was tarot. The next two decks are oracle. These are two decks that I love for two completely different reasons, but we're gonna keep going for the culture just for a second. This is the Black Angels card deck, oracle deck, and this deck is by Zenju Earthland Manual, and I was not familiar with this deck at all, but my cousin, a wonderful Pisces that I know, put me onto this deck. And now I don't reach for this deck all the time because this deck is so deep. It's so deep, and it hits home every single time, but it's a beautiful, to the point, but like I said, deep deck. Like, it is very well put together, very well put together, and I'm very grateful for this deck. I'm grateful for my cousin for putting me on. I highly recommend it to any readers of anyone, honestly, whether you're a reader of color or not. I recommend that deck. It's just beautiful. The next and last deck that I have is the Threads of Fate oracle deck, and this is a beautiful deck, like very aesthetic. Like, this is my vibe. Like, dark, it's dark, but with that gold foil, like, it's just classy. Like, it's classy but dark. I like that. And this deck is simple, but it is also deep. So this is what the cards look like. This is the backing. I didn't even show you the backing of the other deck, but this is the backing. And then, as you can see, the cards are just, they're matte with the, oh, how could you not? How could you not? So yeah. And I'm really connected to this deck. I'm very connected. When I pull cards from here, they're always on point. Always on point. And they're pretty simple. Like, Oop, this card fell out. Let's see what it is. Shadow. What am I doing? Or what am I not doing? Who needs to do some shadow work? Who is not integrating their shadow selves into their you know, reality to be more creative, to be more free? Yeah, that was a quick little thing because it jumped out and I just had to talk about it. So I'm gonna just read the little thing that they have in here. Shadow. This card indicates that diving deeper into your shadow at this time will be beneficial. It is through knowing our unconscious self that we find the root of our blocks, perceived limitations, and wounds. It is also how we come to know ourselves in totality. We cannot reach our true potential without meeting our shadow and working with the parts of ourselves that we have been told to lock away or be ashamed of. This includes brilliant aspects of ourselves too, not just perceived flaws. The truth is, your shadow is your greatest gift. I don't know who that was for. I'm gonna do my work after I'm done with all this, but yeah. Oh, that's better. So where was I? Next on my tangibles list of things that are keeping me sane are games. These are games that I play by myself, but they're good stuff. So the first one is Sudoku. I've been like every day. I've been like, let's say that I feel myself like getting too bored, I'll pull out Sudoku. Let's say I feel like I want to eat something nasty, and what I mean by nasty is heavenly sinful. I'll pull out this. Another game that has been keeping me sane during quarantine is the and us, and this is the self deck, right? And so self edition. And so what these are cards. I'm sure the skin deep, I'm sure some of you know. So you know when there are those ads or like those sponsored videos with, you know, like a couple or friends or family sitting across from each other and they're reading questions off the card. Yeah, that's where this deck comes from, that same company, but this one is for self. So it's questions for self. And I use this whenever I'm like anxious or like I'm too in my head and I don't really know why, you know, just to kind of get out of my head. These cards, and you know, like I'll shuffle them like regular cards, shuffle them. Okay, this is the how to play card. Yeah, I'll just shuffle them, and then whatever card I'm supposed to get, whatever question I'm supposed to answer, whatever I need in that moment, I just like, you know. So this question just now, it says, what do I fear gaining? What do I fear gaining? I fear gaining the word that's coming to me is responsibility. And responsibility. I fear gaining responsibility, and that is, I'm gonna leave it right there because that is a whole conversation for another time. Love this thing. Didn't I just say it wasn't raining? Like when I first started this video? I should just keep my mouth shut. And yes, the last tangible thing that's keeping me sane is nature. Nature is keeping me sane. The birds. There are birds all over the place. Tweeting, chirping, whatever you want to call it. By my windows, whenever I go for my run or my walk with Ivana, I just see birds all over the place. The sky looks so beautiful sometimes. The air is like cleaner. I just feel like seeing so much like life is keeping me hopeful. Like it's keeping the hope alive for me. And I hope it's doing the same for y'all too, because it's honestly, to knock off so many things off from our like schedule, from our daily normal schedule, like you just kind of have to appreciate the simpler things. And I'm glad like we're all being given the opportunity to find so much more out of so little, as a collective. So nature's keeping me sane. Again, thank you so much. Until next time, love and light to you and to the world, to the universe. Thank you.